What's up, guys? Just jumping on this morning, and I'm not in my car, as you can see. Uh, so yeah, I just saw this article. This article is actually from a few days ago, but I thought it might be of interest in that it has to do with somewhat adjacent to the half Earth idea or protecting half of the Earth. I'm sorry, my hand is in the shot for some reason because my hand is in the shot. UN Biodiversity Plan calls for protecting 30% of Earth by 2030. So, we've had, let's put this right here. Hey, what's up? This isn't actually the long live stream. This is just me doing a little, how you doing live? This is just me doing a little update. This is adjacent to the idea of like protecting half of the Earth or making half of the Earth for wildlife and not available to humans, which I'm actually a fan of. I'm a proponent of that, as you well know. So the UN, you put a face on my anger. Thank you. So the UN has proposed this idea of protecting 30% of the Earth. So let's see how far-reaching this is. It's probably not far-reaching enough, but I'll just read a little bit of this article. To reverse the rapid loss of species around the globe, world governments should protect nearly 1/3 of all lands and oceans and slash major sources of pollution by the end of the decade. Okay, so that's, no doubt. The draft plan released Monday by the UN Convention on Biological Diversity outlines a path for combating, how you doing? Natural Progressive? Path for combating the biodiversity crisis that many scientists say is the start of Earth's 6th mass extinction. Well, at least they included that whole extinction business in their talking about this. The 2030 goals include safeguarding 30% of all land and sea. Put under strict protection, quote unquote. Combating the spread and introduction of invasive species and cutting nutrient and plastic pollution by at least 50%. So, is that a worthy goal? Yeah. I mean, could we do better? I don't know. Cutting all nutrient and plastic pollution by 50% by 2030. Probably not enough, but totally a worthy goal. So I guess this is the framework that they're trying to put together, is that they're going to trying to protect 30% of Earth. Are they going to do it? Let's ask the magic 8-ball. The signs point to no, probably is what the 8-ball would say. But by all means, try. By all means, try. The post-2020 framework will be taken up at the United Nations Biodiversity Summit in China in October and could replace 2020 goals that countries agreed to in 2010. Well, I hope that they do that, that they largely failed to achieve. Sorry, it's probably not a laughing matter, but I'm laughing because the ridiculousness of human beings and their super failed attempt at trying to address climate change, even though it's, the end of the world as we know it. So, maybe we should do a little more. The loss of the natural world is inextricably linked to global climate change. Scientists warn that together the two crises pose an existential threat to human civilization. Yes, yes, yes. I mean, even if we should be radically protecting wild spaces and nature in all its glory. That means excluding human beings, excluding human activity. Thank you, Natural Progressive. How you doing? Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. No, it's all good. This isn't a long live stream. I've been jumping on for a little live stream in the morning, about 5 minutes or so. Tomorrow I'm going to do a long live stream. Tomorrow being Thursday. But good to see you, and thank you for the super chat. Yeah, at least the idea is put out there, and I think that the idea should be put out there more, that we should have wild spaces and wild places and less humans in these wild spaces and wild places. Sorry, all you, eco nuts that, there are plenty of wild spaces, I think, that that outdoorsy types can go enjoy, and I also think that there should be plenty of wild spaces where nobody never know how. Moving on, so that's just the thing I wanted to cover. I just want to bring you a couple of ridiculous points to end this video. This is out of Los Angeles. Warner Brothers breaks ground on massive new studio with a Gehry design, Frank Gehry designed iceberg building. So apparently they're going to make these buildings look like icebergs in Burbank. So as all the icebergs, actually the actual icebergs melt, and the poles melt, and the Arctic loses all its ice, well, at least we'll have fake icebergs, fake iceberg looking buildings that are going to house Warner Brothers, so people can remember what icebergs used to look like. How incredibly apt. What an apt situation scenario for the end of times. So and we're also going to build these buildings and create more CO2 emissions. All for the ongoing romp of capitalism and entertainment for the people, because they need that. And lastly, again, lots of ongoing controversy around Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders. If anybody watched the debates last night, I did. It was kind of ridiculous. CNN actually helped Warren smear Bernie a little bit when they asked Bernie if he said these things. He said, no, I did not. And then they turned to Warren and said, so when he said these things, how did it make you feel? Absolutely narcissistic abuse by CNN and Elizabeth Warren, actually, because she put out this lie about Bernie, and now she's acting like Bernie did something to her when it was actually her that did something to Bernie. Anyways, complete ridiculousness. I look for the end of Elizabeth Warren's campaign very, very soon, because the backlash will absolutely knock her out of the race. And the first primary is February 3rd. So when it looks like, she's got, weeks, maybe, at the most a couple of months left in this race, and she's going to have to get out, because she's going to lose all her support and lose everything due to the fact that she's, has nothing left but dirty politics to go with now. So she can't run on policy anymore, so she's got to just make shit up. Anyways, that's all I'm going to say for right now. Thanks, guys, for jumping on. Another upload coming out later today, and I'll see you for a long live stream tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific time. Peace.